They go play action. Daniels. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. To the air goes Daniels. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Daniels. Flush to his right. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Throwing now is Daniels. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
Now Jackson. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Play action. It's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Now it's Jackson. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson, options out left. Muscles him off. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Nice pickup. 10 yards and a first down on the keeper. The Falcons at 12-3 now on the year, and they've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit, because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win, to run off this kind of a streak, this kind of a number, that's pretty darn impressive.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Lamb in motion left. Now it's Jackson. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And the Falcons are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Lamar Jackson scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Falcons get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And a dump off here to Robinson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. So here's a 3rd and 14. Daniels looking to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And down he'll go at the 25. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 33. Oh, nice move. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jackson now. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. But you look at this defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
Does the big boy have the juice? Touchdown, Falcons. Saquon Barkley, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it's now 14-0. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Von Miller in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.